called 19th Floor? I don't know. I just kind of take the first song that's on the YouTube audio playlist and press play. I just blame everything on God now. Like, yeah, God chose this song, but it's good. I like it. You like it, Ron? Yeah, it's cool. Let's see, what's it called again? It's called 19th Floor. It's in the dance and electronic genre of the YouTube audio library. The artist is Bobby Richards. The free stylings of Bobby Richards, man. Put it in God's hands. That's it. That's all you can do. No. That's too much. That's too much. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another thrilling edition of Sunday Morning with Sage. I don't even know what day it is. Gus! What's up, Gus? How are you, man? Robin Everly in the house. My man. Aaron, hi! With your adorable little icons. I love them so much. I literally don't even know, like, one of the great things about the Christmas season is we actually get some time off in America. All right, let me see. Which country in the world gets the least number of holidays? All right, you guys want to guess? Oh, whoa. Norway, ladies and gentlemen, has the lowest in the world with only 2 paid public holidays. Workers in most European countries enjoy 10 to 14 paid public holidays a year. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Check this out. You guys I'm going to blow your mind up. Iran tops the ranking. Iranian workers are entitled to 1 month paid leave and 27 paid public holidays. Iran. We've been dissing Iran this whole time. They're like for the people. Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, and Malaysia share the second place with 19 paid public holidays. Colombia comes in third with 18 paid public holidays. And then, as I said, Norway has the lowest in the world with only 2 paid public holidays. Workers in most European countries enjoy 10 to 14 paid public holidays a year. The UK is not so holiday-minded, with only 8. Greece may have a reputation for being relaxed, but the numbers tell a different story. Only 4 mandatory paid public holidays. 11 days is an average of paid public holidays across 195 countries worldwide. United States. Wait a second. Okay, wait. All right, I thought Norway was the loser with 2 paid public holidays. How many, can you guys guess, how many paid public holidays the United States has? Have you guys guessed? How many? Hey, Rocky. What? How many paid public holidays does the United States have? 4. 4. She says 4. That's so adorable. How many paid public holidays do you guys think? 20, says Ron. 4. Oh, you are so sweet. The correct answer is 0. 0 paid vacation days. 0. If you ever decide to take up a job in the United States, you'll be in for a shock. Employers in the United States are not required to pay any vacation time, and there are 0 paid public holidays. Oh, yeah, that's what's up, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's up. Woo! Was I in the Beacon Journal this morning? Chris, let me see. Chris says I was in the Beacon this morning. In the paper edition? Let me see. Let me see about that, Chris. No, I don't know. Maybe. Wait, whoa, what did that say? Oh, but look. Here's a nice article. Unsung hero. Laren Campbell volunteers full-time to help Akron's homeless survive COVID-19. Here's a beautiful picture of Laren. Laren Campbell says she knows no strangers, a mentality that originated with her parents. That approach combined with her activism has changed the lives of many in Akron. She grew up in Geneva, Ohio, came to the University of Akron to study sociology. She soon began volunteering at St. Bernard's Soup Kitchen. I spent a lot of time outside of serving soup at St. Bernard's. Campbell is now a piano teacher and a mother of 3. Then the coronavirus hit the first few weeks of how. Anyways, this is a beautiful story, a beautiful picture, a beautiful feature of Laren Campbell. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I am so incredibly thankful for the Akron Beacon Journal for its continued coverage of the homeless situation in Akron, Ohio. I think I'm going to do a campaign coming up about supporting your local newspaper. I don't think Loetha, hello, how are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning, Connie. 0 paid holidays. What about President's Day? No, you can take it off, but they don't get paid. No, 0 paid holidays. If your company gives you a paid holiday in America, it's only because they're the most incredible, amazing people on planet Earth that you get paid. Not, the government doesn't pay you on holidays. I don't know how it works. I've never seen a country paid holiday. I don't even know what that means. We should all move to Iran because they got 50,000 of them. It's totally up to the employer, that says Aaron. That's right. You don't have to get any vacation days. No, it's America. Don't be silly. Yes, I don't believe newspapers should be paper. I think they should stop being paper. It's bad for the environment. It's bad economic sense. I was against the paywalls. Now I'm for the paywalls. They got to make money somehow. I now have paywalls. I bought subscriptions to New York Times, Washington Post. I got that for Rocky for Christmas, and then I stole it. Don't tell Jeff Bezos. And yeah, it's not required. Yeah, you can. You have to take. Generally people take Christmas off, but if you take Christmas off from working at McDonald's, it's not like you get paid. You just get to sit at home not making money. That's all you get. And I have a Beacon Journal. Look, I'm not saying the Beacon Journal is perfect. You need it for your composter. Well, there you go. See? All right. So that's a good reason to have a newspaper for composting. That is good. I don't know. Look, I'm not an environmentalist. On all the things that I'm not against environmentalism, but it's just not up on my list. I'm kind of like defeated by it because I just watched a video about how all our plastic, okay, let me see if I can see this. Here's a plastic jar. Okay. There's a symbol usually on plastic that shows if it's recyclable. Okay. Can you see? Hold on. Can you see? Come on. You can do it. You can do it, camera. Okay, here we go. Okay. Come on, Zaji. There's an icon on here. Anyways, here, I'll show it to you. Let's see. Plastic plastic icon on bottle meaning. Okay, so let me show you this. All right. Do you see, like, if you look at these, you look at this symbol. This symbol right here is the symbol that's on this particular bottle. Hold on. It's on this bottle right here, okay? That number 1 is on here, okay? The number 1. There are these numbers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That designates the kind of plastic it is, okay? So I have a number 1 on my vitamin B bottle, okay? Hold on. Go! Load, for Pete's sake. Let me try this. How about this? Does this site work? Okay. So here we go. Yeah. Forget you, little bad site. Okay. Plastic recycling. God bless America. It's hard to see the internet. Number 1, this is a PET or PET, polyethylene terephthalate. Is the most common plastic for single-use bottled beverages because it's inexpensive, lightweight, and easily to recycle. It poses low risk to leaching breakdown products. Its recycling rates remain relatively low, around 20%, even though the material is in high demand by manufacturers. Okay, it can be picked up through most curbside recycling programs as long as it's been emptied and rinsed of food. When it comes to caps, our environmental pros say it's probably better to dispose of them in the trash. They're usually made of a different thing. It's made into polar fleece, fiber tote bags, furniture, carpet, paneling, straps, bottles, food containers, as long as the plastic recycle meets purity standards. So then you have that. But here's the thing. Those people that made those signs stole it from this recycling image. This recycling image right here, this right here represented recycling. That we took this, and then a corporation or whatever took and added this to make it look like all plastic can be recycled, but it cannot. No, it doesn't. So let's see. Number 7 plastics, the one used in another category, are a mixed recyclable and non-recyclable products. Unless you're a plastics expert, you won't be able to tell the difference, so it's best to avoid recycling these products. So at any rate, you got to read up on all of these because a lot of our plastic is not getting recycled. Okay, hold on. How much of our plastic is actually getting recycled? 9%. A whopping 91%. Why are there so many ads? Why am I screaming? There's so many questions. A whopping 91% of plastic isn't recycled. Oh my Lord, this site. No, I don't want whatever this is. I want you to go away. This is the National Geographic. I can't even read it anymore because they have this freaking thing. How do I make it go away, National Geographic? I just want to read the bullcrap. Literally, I can't even read this article. I can't even read it. Jeez, Pete. The world is a dark place. A whopping 91% of plastic isn't recycled. Billions of tons of plastic have... Oh, my God, that's driving me nuts. Can you make this go away? Fine, I'll take your stupid article. If I can just read your... Thanks. Sure, whatever. Spam me on my email now. Whatever. Billions of tons of plastics have been made over the past decade, and much of it's becoming trash and litter and finds the first analysis of the issue. I'm telling you, the plastic in this... James Nolan is getting totally crushed, okay? We're not recycling. That's all I know. Let's see. Gene, good morning. Linda, good morning. Okay, all right. Best thing to clean the windows with, says Ron. True. True. I once, for like one weekend, cleaned the windows of a ice cream parlor in Medina, Ohio, where I grew up, and this lady was a total nut. I was like 10 years old or something, and she wouldn't pay me because the windows looked streaked to her. And I'm telling you, they were not streaked. I'm still mad about that. She didn't pay me. She told me, I'm not paying you because you streaked my windows. I'm 10 years old, lady, and they're not streaked. Brandy says, I wonder if the people in Iran are required to piss Tate in there. Yeah, probably, bro. Gene, did I say good morning? Good morning, Gene. In Akron, it doesn't matter anymore. They only take plastic with necks. What? What? Are you kidding me? I didn't even know that. I have seen the recycling Nazis come and peek in my recycling bin. They're cute, like Hitler Youth looking types of white boys and girls looking in my dumpsters. It's freaky out here in America these days. I felt a little like, who the hell are you looking in my dumpster? I'd rather a homeless person be looking in my dumpster, not you. Aaron says, my employer pays us double if we work on the holiday. Wow, only 3 holidays off with pay that we are closed. You know, that's fair. That's wonderful. And thank goodness, let me see, does this still work? Published graphic, did this work? Oh, it did, yay. All right, that's amazing, amazing. I gotta go back and show this Carol quote. Look at this. Carol says in Akron, it doesn't matter anymore, they take plastic with necks. Wow. Carol also then goes on to say, oceanographers have found trace plastic in most ocean animals. Wow, okay, so Carol is down with this stuff, okay? Yeah, so I don't know. Let me ask the Google again. How bad is newspaper for the environment? Let's go watch. The carbon content of a newspaper represents carbon dioxide that's been removed from the atmosphere. The carbon footprint of a newspaper is negative. Wow. That's good. Newspaper also serves to wrap your products, protect against rubbing and scratches in transport. Eco-enclosed 100% recycled newsprint paper is made entirely from post-consumer, post-industrial content and recycled and naturally biodegradable. Well, there you go. Oh, my God. These guys go on to say that the decline of newspapers is bad for the environment. New research suggests that corporations pollute more when there aren't local newspapers to hold them accountable. Well, there you go. Okay, well, that's a trick. See, that's clickbait. Did you see what he did to me there? No, Sophie did. Sophie, see what Sophie did to me there? I'm like, how can the decline of newspapers be bad for the environment? Because we don't hold them accountable. Which is actually, I mean, that's a clickbaity title, Sophie. I don't know. A little bit. I did click, so what are you going to do? We cannot... we got to support our local newspapers because what Sophie just said. Without our local newspaper, the powerful win. Democracy goes dark. You lose your democracy. So I'm going to be doing a campaign. Look. I'm not saying that I love everything the Akron Beacon Journal puts out. I think they don't, personally, I don't think they hit hard enough on our administration. But, you know, how am I to say? I'm biased. I want 24/7 hitting our administration in Akron. So it's never going to be enough for me. So, you know, I have to be mindful of that take. But I am very, 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 very thankful of the work they've done discussing the water situation in Akron. We pay so much for water. The city is shutting off water to poor people right now. Right now, they're turning off water to poor people in Akron, Ohio. And then, once one utility is turned off in your house is eligible to be condemned. Okay? So when the city turns off your water, then the city can come in and throw you out of your house. So let's say the city wants your house. Okay? Let's say they want to gentrify a neighborhood. Like, you should look at how many plots of land the city of Akron owns in Lairdland on the east side by Goodyear, old Goodyear, near still Goodyear-ish place. They own most of the property in Lairdland. And I'm telling you why, because they want to gentrify it. They want to clean out all the poor people, slowly but surely. And then they're going to build houses over there, you know, when they think that the area is safe for rich people. So, let's say you can't afford your water bill in Lairdland. You know, water department makes a call to the housing inspector and says, hey, there's a house over in Lairdland that hasn't paid their water bill in a month. You might want to go check that out. And then next thing you know, you got the housing inspector up your butt, and they just walk into your house and just start ticking off all the stuff that's wrong with your house. All the stuff. And there's endless things wrong with all of our houses. I tell you what, there is not a house in Akron, Ohio, I don't care how rich you are, that a housing inspector could not find a violation in. I'm telling you. All of us have housing inspection violations in our houses. All of us. I could do it. You want me to come over to your house and inspect your house? I could do it because I've been inspected and it's a nightmare. When they want you gone, they send over the housing inspector or they send over the fire department. The housing inspectors and the fire department are weapons of the city. I'm sorry to say it because firemen didn't ask for that. It's the fire inspection people. They probably asked for it. They look like they love that. They look like they're happy to throw you out of your house. They really do. All the saying, they're like, just trying to make you safe. I'm just trying to make you safe. Yeah, now you threw me out in the freezing cold, asshole. Nice work. Gary, what's up, my brother? Brandy says, China used to buy our recyclables. They don't anymore. Most of our recycled trash is just being dumped in landfills now. Brandy is correct. If you think you are recycling your items, you are delusional. You have no idea where your recyclables are going. If you're not recycling them, you don't know where they're at. What? Okay, here we go. Look at that. Connie said you just had a visit from the city about my pool and shed. Okay, now, there you go. I don't know what kind of economic status Connie is. I don't know what kind of pool she has. But typically, anybody that has a pool and can afford the water has some disposable income, okay? There you go. Heaven forbid they come and see my pool. Or my shed. Jesus, now I'm scared. Holy crap. They did come once. Okay, so check this out. I'm not saying this is right, but I was storing a lot of empty propane tanks behind my garage, okay? And my neighbor has a fence so they don't have to look at me or talk to me. You know, because that's how we do it in the middle class America. We put up fences so we don't have to look at our neighbors, which honestly I'm fine with. I don't really want to see my neighbors either. I'm embarrassed to say. I'm as much of a problem as anybody. I mean, but at any rate, a tree falls on my neighbor's fence, crushes the fence goes down, and now my neighbor sees about, 30 empty propane tanks behind my garage. I had the city show up. And I don't know what I did with the propane tanks. I think I took them back over to the hood. I hid them over there. Oh, interesting. I was wondering about this. Is Bob Dyer leaving? That's interesting. I'm not up on all the politics of the people there. Bob Dyer, sometimes I like, sometimes I don't like, but when I don't like him, I really don't like him. If you can afford a subscription, let's go see what a subscription to the Akron Beacon Journal costs. How much does the Akron Beacon Journal cost? Okay. Subscribe now. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's subscribe to this. This is wonderful. Maybe this page is gone because I'm logged in. Let me log out. Okay, let's do my digital. Okay. No, I said log out. I said log out. Log out. No. Okay, look. I'm not going to say it's going to be the greatest experience of your life to subscribe to your local newspaper. There's going to be a crap ton of ads. Their subscription service is going to be something I outsourced to some guy. But you got to do it, okay? All right, look. I don't know what it costs. Now I'm at a whole nother website. I'm on newsware.com. Oh, my God. The Record Courier has the Daily Jeff, the Akron Beacon Journal. Can you believe that they're on the same masthead as the Daily Jeff? Holy crap. I'm not kidding, Rocky. And Daily Jeff is actually at a higher level, is above the Akron Beacon Journal. It goes Record Courier, Daily Jeff, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, you see? Jeff, the Daily Jeff. I want to go see who this character is. I can't even get in. I got to buy it if I want it. Okay. Yeah, see, honey, there's hope for me yet. The Daily Jeff is above the masthead of the Akron Beacon Journal. So there you go. Gift a subscription. Let's do that. Okay. All right. I just got to know. Oh, it's the Daily Jeffersonian. Oh, okay. What country? What country? Really? Really? Is there? Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody in Venezuela has a copy of this. The United States. Where the hell is the United States? Ghana. No. Why do you even care? I just want to frickin' know how much it costs. 15 Broad Street, Akron, Ohio, 44305. How much? Okay, here we go. So you can get the Saturday and Sunday for $39. You can get 1 month of 7-day plus total digital access for $19.50. You can get the Saturday, Sunday print plus total digital access for $9.99. Okay. It couldn't suck worse. It really couldn't, this whole experience. Okay. I want to gift a subscription to the print. I want digital print. I can't even do it. I don't know what it costs, okay? Look, it's going to be a miserable experience. You're going to hate it, but you got to do it, okay? Their technology blows, all right? But I'm telling you, without these newspapers, the powerful win. We need them. Get a subscription. Just spend all day figuring out how to get a subscription to your local newspaper, okay? Just do it. Do it. Apparently, it doesn't hurt the environment that bad. Oh, Amy Allen. Amy, good morning. Amy, Beacon's like 160 years. Oh, 2117 for the Beacon. Oh, okay. Thank you, Amy. No, Connie. Are you kidding me? Connie says, my neighbors called because they don't like the colored people come here, trying everything they can to cause us to move. What are you even saying? Wow. I wouldn't deny it. Did you hear about this one young woman who got kicked out of her college because she was saying racist crap on the internet? People say racist crap all the time. Okay. They're running a 99-cent special. Do that if you can. Okay, wait, I'm going to show you. I'm smarter than them. I'm going to open my incognito window. Beacon Journal. Wait. Okay, there. Digital. Okay, digital. Don't have account. Okay, totally a nightmare. I want to subscribe. Here it is. Okay, look. Thank the Lord. Okay, I think it's because I was already subscribed. I couldn't see this page. I'm going to say that. $7.99 a month with a trial of 99 cents for a month, okay? You get the digital access. It's okay. Their digital access is adequate. I can watch it usually. See, I can usually see the news. But you just have to fight through that because buy your local newspaper. I do not want all that newspaper in my life. I'm not going to read. I don't even like too much reading actual books. I like reading digitally. But if you like reading with paper, I guess it doesn't hurt the environment. Go get it and then wrap your gifts in it and compost with it. I don't care what you do with it. Just buy it. Buy it. Yeah. Ooh. Seasons reading. Stay plugged in for 99 cents. Okay. I don't know how you get that. Okay, I'll tell you how you get that. Wait a second. What you do is you go to this page here. Okay. You go to this page here and you wait for that pop-up. Okay? See that? Hold on. That's not a pretty picture. Hey, Clarabelle, hush up. Very important show going on here. You go to there, just sit on that for a while, and then a pop-up happens where, oh my Lord. We're under attack. We're under attack. That's all I can understand. Okay. Brandy, Connie says, people need to learn compassion for all people. Yes. Yes. We seem to be deplorably inadequate in that camp. We seem to not be able to do that. You learn like compassion, like you're like, hey, you know what? Stringing black people up by their necks with a tree, on a tree, not so good anymore. You know, we should stop doing that. It doesn't seem right. You know, burning crosses in their yards, it doesn't seem good. No. You know, dragging gay teens behind your car with a chain, I just don't think that's good anymore. I don't think that's good anymore. But we never seem to be able to apply it across the board, okay? All right? Like, my favorite is adults who like to dress up as babies. I'm not even going to show you the pictures because it'll just creep you out probably. Okay, it creeps me out. I don't want to dress up as a baby. I don't even understand it. Maybe I do. Maybe if I would get into it, I'd be like, yeah, baby, I want to be a little baby. I want to be a baby. But I'm not. I don't really get into it. But you know what? None of my business. What do I care if you want to dress up like a little baby and poop in your poopy baby diapers? I don't care. I don't care. Long as I don't have to clean up your baby poopy diapers and you're not like, I don't know, forcing me to dress up as a baby in baby diapers? Go to town and stream it on the internet. I also don't have to watch it, but I probably will. At least for a while. I gotta say, it's pretty crazy. And I like crazy. Connie offers a tip. Install Newsbreak on your computer and get all the Beacon top stories. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Aaron says, no idea why, but you are suddenly repeating. I'm seeing what you're... Oh, geez. Hold on. Wait a second. Let me hear No idea myself. Why, but you are suddenly repeating. I'm seeing what you're... Oh, geez. Hold on. Okay. I don't know. Let me know if other people are seeing what Aaron's seeing. Quite possible that is happening. I am going to close all my windows. All right. It could also be, Aaron, that I'm just saying the same things over and over again. You never know. You never know. Yes. Connie is 100. Was it Connie that said it? Let me go back here. Yeah, Connie said it, and this is right. We must learn compassion for all people. Now, and what's fun to do is find the people that you don't have compassion for. And what I'm going to tell you is it is very natural to have a tribe, okay? I'm quite sure we were tribal much longer than we were a melting pot or whatever. Okay. James Gilbert says, how about the truth? Which truth is that? Okay, Marcia says it's okay. 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 All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Fredrin. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you. James, I could use a little explanation on the truth. I always love learning about the truth. Help me put it out there. Okay. Well, put it out there, my brother. I don't know what the truth is. Do I have to read your mind? I don't know. I don't know what your truth is, buddy. But usually when people tell me that they're going to tell me the truth, it's usually a lie. It's usually a lie. There are many truths. I'll tell you a little story. One time, during the Gulf Coast tragedy, where BP oil decimated the Gulf Coast with their stupid oil, my wife bought me a week-long immersive vacation with a war photographer. His name is Zariah. And you could go anywhere in the world with Zariah. He'd take you to anywhere. He'd been everywhere. Like, you know, he's like, hey, you want to go to Afghanistan? You want to go to Iraq? You want to go? I'll take you wherever you want. But he's like, hey, man, I'll just say it. The news right now is the BP oil disaster. And I kind of want to go, and I think it'd be fun if you went too. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. So we went down to New Orleans and all around that area. And he did some amazing things. He taught me how to make, I don't want to connect his name with this. Never mind. He got us into amazing places. We took press, rides with the Coast Guard. We went into these habitat areas where they were cleaning birds. We talked to many people. Okay. James says about calling God stand and having him show up in Akron courts. I'm still going to need a little more help about that, James. I'm not against putting your truth out there, but you got to give me some more. Give me some more. And what I'm going to tell you is, as a reporter, because I was playing reporter that week and I was really into it, it was amazing. There are many truths. There are countless truths, okay? And as a reporter, you are forced to tell. Okay, what words need to be spoken in the courtroom, James? Keep going. Can't wait to hear what James is going to say. And so the story was that the Gulf Coast was a total disaster. Oh, watching it on YouTube at Loot. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm not checking out your Facebook, James. I'm not. You keep talking, otherwise, I'm too lazy to be clicking. Um, and it was. It was a nightmare. Um, there was oil everywhere. And oil, crude oil is like a light brown sludge. It's nothing like you see like in an oil can. It's like a sludge. It's a sludge. It's crazy. And I walk like you walk through it some and it's crazy. And it kills things. Okay, it kills nature. Um, the other truth was a lot of times the Coast Guard had to take us a long way to see oil on beaches. You would pass many, many beaches that were fine, had no oil on them whatsoever. And you would take these boats and you would go, Omi, good morning. You would go miles in these boats and they would take you onto this like weird sandy, offshore beach that had oil on it, and all the reporters would get out and take pictures of all the oil. Okay? Good morning, Connie. And that was the story. Beaches full of oil. Okay? But the truth was, there were more beaches that didn't have oil. But you didn't stop and take pictures of those because that's not a story. So both stories were true. Yes, there were beaches with oil, and yes, there were beaches without oil. We also, we're talking about the oil disaster. Yeah. No. I don't want you to I'm not trying to suggest that oil spills are not bad. In fact, I still to this day do not go to BP. I worked for a company that BP hired to make some abatement products, hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s of products, and they never paid them. BP never paid them. BP can suck it. So what I'm here to, and I'll say this, they at one point filed us into this place where they were cleaning animals, and we all kind of walked over to this one table, and I'm kidding you not, the back table was lined perfectly with Joy. Was it Joy? Is that? Dawn. I'm sorry, Dawn. Like bottles and bottles of Dawn, all neatly lined up with their labels facing out. So when you took pictures of what they were going to be cleaning, you could not get Dawn in the picture. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, Dawn. And they pulled out this really screwed up Pelican. Like he was jacked up, right? This Pelican was jacked up. He had oil all over him. He was all a mess. And then you watch him clean him with the Dawn. And he gets better and he gets all clean and everything. And then they're like, and now we'll have questions. And I got to ask a question. And I'm like, so how often do you find animals like this? And they're like, well, we probably find, I'd say 5 or 6 a week. And I'm like, well, when did you get this guy? And he's like, oh, he came in yesterday. So what I'm telling you is, okay, I got to go. Okay, Aaron, I love you. Have a great day. I love you. I love you. I love you. What I'm telling you is they held on to this pelican for the photo ops in front of the Dawn for a day. They kept him in a cage all gooped up for us reporters to come and photograph him the next day. Okay? So, yes, there were animals all gooped up in that BP oil spill. And yes, BP is a terrible company. And yes, BP is often owned, these little stores are often owned by independent contractors that are just trying to make a go at it. And yes, a lot of animals I saw were fine. I took a picture of a dolphin swimming around happy as could be. I'm telling you, we must live in contradiction. Okay? Read an interesting article today about conservatives and progressives or liberals or whatever you like to call them. And so they were talking about who thinks America is great, okay? And right now, the people that think America is great are non-college educated, typically white, but not always. The education thing plays a bigger role, I think. Conservatives who believe that America is great. College-educated people believe liberals, and again, the education thing plays a big role, College-educated people believe that we have not yet achieved our greatness. So we have these two forces. The conservatives are saying, shut up, liberals, you're making us look bad, we're awesome. And then we have the liberals saying, shut up, conservatives, we are bad, we need to get better. See, Omi says never been great. The correct answer is we are both bad and good. We are both. And may I say, this is true for our country. This is true for our companies. This is true for our organizations. This is true for our families. And most importantly, this is true for ourselves. Duality. Yes. Both. Okay? So let me do me, okay? I have an addictive personality. I haven't drank in 16 years, and I still dream about it. Sometimes I just fantasize about it while I'm awake. Like I was talking to a friend the other day about how awesome it would be to just make a bathtub out of Maker's Mark and just take a bath in it. And how, that would be so wonderful. I think I probably have an ego problem. I think I'm too full of myself. And it's hard for me to even say these things, right? Not the alcoholism. I don't really care about that. But I'm embarrassed that I do what I do. I'm embarrassed that I think I can change things. That all is like an egocentric position, right? That I can make a difference. That people want to hear what I'm saying. Ooh. Look at what Omi said. I hear someone open a soda can and my ears perk up because I think it's a beer. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that sound. I drank bottled beer. I drank Budweiser in the bottle. And that, the sound. You're right, Omi. Oh, that's wonderful, that sound. Forgot about the sound. Ooh, the sound of pure joy coming your way. So, yeah, look at that. Your mouth waters. Your mouth literally waters. Yeah. Like, isn't that amazing that your mind does that to you? Brandy then says, sadly, happy stories don't always sell news. We crave drama and reporters twist things to sell stories. We need to learn to be happy with positive stories. Now, I believe happiness typically does not sell, okay? But drama does. Drama does. And so, this was me. Okay? Here I am on Christmas Eve night, dragging my crap. And let me tell you, my mom bought me this, it's like a expandable like wagon, and I love it so much. But these wheels are the bane of my existence. Do you see these wheels right here? They're all frozen up. They're not wheels anymore. They're just sleds, and I have to drag it. And it would be fine if it was just snow, but I'm usually camping on beaches, and it does the same thing in sand. And so this whole thing is not wheeling. I'm dragging it. And I'm getting old, and I'm out of shape. I literally thought I was going to collapse. But then, here I am down here testing out the size of my shelter. I built my shelter out of four. I paid total $10 for my shelter. I found these pallets. Pallets are everywhere. And then, I don't know if it shows my roof. Does it show my roof? Hold on. No, there's another pallet. Wanted to kill me. Then I got this sign, Jesus was born homeless. This is me yelling at people on my camera. I don't think it showed the whole thing. But then the roof was just made out of an 8-piece piece of wood fencing. And then I found, from this fence, I found like an 8-foot bar or post. And so I had to bring these walls in a little bit, and then I ran the post across here, nailed it down a little bit, and then I put my roof on, and then I tarped the whole thing, and it worked great, okay? So, and I will say this, that where did I set it up? That was at the corner of West Market and Portage Path, right in Highland Square. So it's been not as easy for me to get press after the city shut down my tent village, but our tent village was press gold. It was a press magnet. I mean, the New York Times came out. Did you see that? NYT Sage Lewis. Look. Look, here I am. See, the New York Times. And it was wonderful. It was a wonderful story because it was, the headline is why a private landowner is fighting to keep the homeless on his property. So the story is perfect. There's an enemy, which is the state. There's a guy who has private property and wants to shelter homeless people on his private land. And you're in America where you're supposed to be able to, have private property. And the city comes in and says, nope, that's a lie. There really isn't any private property, blah, 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 blah. You can do happy stories, but you must have the drama. You must have the drama. And I get it. Like, I think I understand fairly well how to create the story. But it's not as easy without my tent village. That tent village was just so easy. So let's see. So that's sort of funny. Like, on Monday or on Christmas morning, I got up and I was, starting to pack up stuff, and there was a guy that had a sign. He was selling masks, like a little sign, and I didn't want to disturb his sign because, he was there first with his sign, but it got all snowed over. And as I was walking, I turned away from the camera and I was walking back to my shelter, and I slipped on his sign. I fell down and I hit my face on my little table that I had, and it did smack, but it didn't hurt my face, but my glasses broke, and then I lost the actual piece of glass, and it disappeared into the snow, and I never found it. And then the frame broke, and so I had to pack up and drive home with one eye, which was really weird. But then I came home, and immediately my wife found my spare glasses. This is so awesome. But I do need to get, did you feel safe? I'm so glad you asked this question, Omi. Did I feel safe? So, for the average person, the story is the cold, right? Crazy man spends the night out in the cold in solidarity of homeless pregnant woman, which is what Mary was. A 9-month pregnant woman, 14-year-old. Let me start again. A 14-year-old, 9-month pregnant girl walked from Nazareth to Bethlehem, supposedly in the book of Luke. There's nowhere else. In the book of Luke. I'm not getting into the details. It's all theoretical, but it doesn't matter. The story is what matters, okay? The story is what matters. They walk from Nazareth 70 miles to Bethlehem because they have to take a census from the family of the husband, which is Joseph, and Joseph was from the house of David. That's 1,000 years earlier. The house of David was 1,000 years earlier. I'd love to know, like, imagine if the government says, hey, you got to go take the census from your house from 1,000 years ago. Where would you go? Yeah, so a pregnant child, yeah. And honestly, 14 is the upper age of what we think Mary was. It was usually accepted that she was between 12 and 14, okay? And there's also in the book that Joseph was going to kind of leave her because he didn't impregnate her. And so he was like, hey, I don't want to diss you or anything. He was trying to be cool about it, but I can't be marrying you because you're kind of a little too wild for me. A wild child, but probably raped. But anyways, but then had a dream. Angels came to him and said, hey, yo, bro, big things here, big things. Don't be leaving Mary because the Son of God is on his way. And he's like, cool. And then he stuck around. And then you don't hear a lot about Joseph from then on. He kind of drops out. Mary's big player in the story. Yeah, led by the Spirit. Yes, right, James. So, what tripped me out is, if you can imagine, now an inn, back in the time, it's debatable what an inn was. It could have been an actual motel type of thing, but more likely than not, it was like family members. Usually went to stay with family members. But if there's a huge census where everybody's got to go home, you can imagine no room at the inn. Except it's a 14-year-old, 9-month pregnant girl. Okay? Imagine this. Imagine your niece comes over and she's like, hey, Uncle Sage. I'm like, wow, Mary. Wow. Wow. You're pregnant. Yeah, I'm pregnant. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I didn't know. Oh my gosh, how exciting. Wow, are you excited? Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Oh good. Okay, good. Yeah, Uncle Sage. Yeah, Mary. Um I had to come over here with Joseph. Is he the dad? No, 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 no. Okay, no, that's fine. Nope, no judging. No, no. Do you like Joseph? Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Good. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, what can I do for you, Mary? Well, yeah, we had to show up back here to Bethlehem for the census. Yeah, I know. It's a big thing. There's a lot going on, a lot of people here. And I was wondering, Uncle Sage, if I could stay with you tonight. And then I'm like, hell no, you can't stay with me. Get out. But Uncle Sage, it's cold out. It's October. It was October, they say. And I'm like, I know, it's cold. Look, and I wouldn't say, I'd be like, oh, Mary, I'm so sorry. But Tom is here and Cyrus and then, drunk Jawalnut. No, what is a Jewish name? Not saying anything bad about. I don't know. Some of that guy, Uncle Jehovah? No, I don't know. I don't know Jewish names. Okay, Uncle Luke? Yeah, he's here. Oh, Uncle Luke is here. Yeah, and you know how he gets. Yeah, I don't think it would be safe for you to stay in the house. I just don't think it would be good. So, but you can stay in my garage. Really, Uncle Sage? Yeah, sure. For tonight. I mean, how long are you staying? Ismael. Yeah, Ishmael. Yeah, that guy. He likes a little, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, are you staying long? No. I just got to do the census and I got to get home because, I could have a baby any minute. Okay, yeah, all right. All right, well, go in the garage. Let me know if you need anything. There's no heat in there, but I'll give you some blankets and, there's some Tupperware maybe and like you can lay down. You'll find there's plenty of stuff in there. You'll figure it out. It'll be great. I'll see you in the morning, okay, Mary? All right, thanks, Uncle Sage. So Joseph and Mary go into my garage, and she has birth in my garage. Never once in the story and then Uncle Sage said, damn, girl, you had a baby in my garage. No, there's no mention of that guy. No mention of that guy. Whatever happened? She stays in the barn, a.k.a. my garage, and wise men show up at the garage. I still don't let her in. The baby was given birth. He's in my oil Tupperware holder. He's sleeping in my Tupperware container that was in my garage. I still don't let him in. Wise men see a star, travel over to my garage, bringing frankincense and myrrh. Shepherds show up with sheep. And I'm like, damn, it's crazy out in my garage, honey. It's crazy out there. Yeah, honey. Is she leaving soon? I hope so, because this is getting hot and heavy out of here. There's did you see that one? And one of them is black, says that musical. There's 3 wise men and one of them is black. Literally. That's the musical. What is that? What's that musical, honey? A Mall of the Night Visitors. A Mall of the Night Visitors. That's what I'm saying from my second story window. My God, the wise men are out there. One of them is black. Maybe they just thought it was a wild, crazy party. Like, damn, I knew that girl was crazy. Can I go down there, Rocky? No, you cannot. You stay right up here. You're not getting messed up with that 14-year-old girl. She's bad news. All right. And then the music starts thumping and the lights start pounding and everybody starts coming and the sheep are going and the zebras start showing up and the camels. And you're like, damn, what's going on? And you never let her in. You never let her in. You never let her in. Doesn't matter who she brings to the party. I mean, freaking Britney Spears shows up. Freaking Katy Perry's there. Taylor Swift shows up. And I'm like, honey, it's Taylor Swift. She's like, you stick your freaking ass up here. You are not going down there. You're not. I want to go. No, you're not going. Can we let him in? Can I have Britney Spears come over? Britney Spears is as crazy as your niece. No way is Britney Spears coming up here. And that's it. That's the story. And that's the story of Jesus. It was a wild party. And I wasn't invited, and I never let them up in my house. And that's why I spent the night out in the cold, because that's not right. We still do it to this day. We do not bring homeless pregnant women into shelter. We don't. We don't do it. You know how I know? Because I just dealt with a homeless pregnant woman that I couldn't get into anybody's shelter. Nobody'd do it. I begged multiple people that had places she could stay, and they all said no. They all said no. They all said no. Yes, you can ask something off topic. Jane mentions that your account you wrote, testify what I say, homelessness cause PTSD, and taking people straight from the street into housing without help is usually a real problem. Transition is so important. Yes. So, to Omi's question, did I feel safe? Hell no, I didn't feel safe. Yes, you can ask me. Definitely ask me a question, Omi. In fact, I bought a $50 0-degree Coleman sleeping bag. I had a couple mats, $10 mats I bought from Walmart, and it got down to 16 degrees, and I was not cold. My shelter made out of pallets and old fencing, surrounded by tarps that cost me, what cost me was the nails and the staples. Nails and staples cost me about $10. I was not cold, but I probably got 3 or 4 hours of sleep because I was scared shitless. Not of the cold, but about being exposed. All my front door, keep talking. No, I don't know what neuroplasty is. Tell me a little more, Omi. My front door was nothing other than a tarp. So anybody could come in. At one point in the middle of the night, about 3 a.m., this guy starts singing a song, walking right by my tent about how he needs a cigarette. The song, a little lame, but kind of cute. I can't repeat it, not because I just can't remember it. But it was cute. For a drunk guy at 3 a.m., not bad, and I know the feeling when you're out of cigarettes. I could feel his pain. But you could tell you don't normally at 3 a.m. sing a song about cigarettes when you're sober. Okay, I'm just saying. And so I was scared. And I was scared of the people on the street. I was scared that the police were going to come and force me to leave. I was just scared of everything. And every time my tarp rustled from the wind, I jolted awake. I jolted awake because I didn't think it was the wind. I thought it was somebody coming around my tent. And so I know that the cold is what sold the story to the paper, but the cold is secondary. It's always secondary. And in fact, in the warm weather, it's scarier out there because people are more likely to just stay up all night wandering around the streets. Oh, yeah. That's right, Marcia. So, yeah, Marcia said, I was scared of the shadows from the headlights. So I'd be talking, and I would see like a shadow behind me, and I would flinch because I thought somebody was coming up behind me. And I wasn't, I didn't have any protection anywhere. So like I'm looking this way, which is wide open, but there's nothing around me. And so anybody could have come up from around me and attacked me. And I know that, wow. Jane says unhoused people average 2 hours of sleep a night. Yeah, I say I maybe got 3 or 4. And it was not because of the cold. Okay? Hold on. It was because of the fear. And so what we need to understand is it's terrifying living on the street, okay? In any temperature, in any weather. And I will tell you that I have seen many people beaten almost to death on the street, okay? And so it's real. It's absolutely real that people are being beaten mercilessly on the street, okay? And the reason is because you don't get in any trouble. The homeless person isn't going to call the police because they got a warrant because they didn't show up for a court because they don't have a phone, and so they don't want to go to jail. So they just crawl or, beg a ride if they can. They walk to the hospital. I know a guy, my first homeless guy, Gary, that lived in our tent village. He slept initially in a kid's Winnie the Pooh tent. Not made out for outdoors. It was just like one of those pretend tents that, kids play in their house. He was in the hospital for a month because of the severe beating he recently got. Omi asks, all these good. Okay, yeah. There are definitely other homeless people are, right now there's a thing going on where these homeless people are burning down other homeless people's camps. And I'm sick of it. Okay? Just frickin' stop it. So, yeah, is the violence against homeless by other homeless or by house? I would say it's mostly by homeless people, but not exclusively. I do think that there are some neighborhood young people that will gladly beat up a homeless person and try and take their money. Then they don't have it, but they'll just beat them up. Yeah. So, So Emery is right. It is both. Both. Yeah. So everybody is a predator to a homeless person. You're the other homeless people, drug dealers, drug addicts. The drug dealers want your money. The drug addict, the dealers, everybody wants anything they can of yours. Okay, and so it's terrifying out there. So we need to understand that, because if you think it's just the cold, which I'm happy to use as the backdrop, that's fine, but it's not the real threat. The street is the threat. And then Brandy sets it up perfectly. She says, this is why the homeless community has so much mental illness. If you didn't have it coming in, you'll leave with it. And let me tell you this. When I came home, do I feel guilty for having a good life? Yeah. I'm ashamed that when I don't do everything I could possibly ever do. When I'm sitting on my couch not helping, I feel ashamed. So, when I came up the stairs after coming home on Christmas morning, and nothing bad happened to me, I was fine, my little dog Clarabelle, she's around here, started barking for me, and she barks all the time. But I'm telling you, that bark brought me almost to tears. And not almost to tears. I don't cry. I don't know why. I don't know what. It's a long story. Anyways. I was so happy to hear her bark. And I came into our apartment, and my family was there, and it was warm, and it smelled good, and it was just wonderful. And what's interesting about that, yeah, look what Emery has to say here. Read this. I used to go on business trips all the time. I would leave. Sometimes I'd go all week. And I never felt the same gratitude from coming home from a business trip like I did coming home from that one night on the street. And I'm not suggesting that I was homeless. Being homeless means you can't go back. And I could always have gone back. But it also doesn't mean you can't feel the cold and you can't feel the fear. The fear and the cold will come for you. They will. And I'm generally a fearless guy. After I got home, I took a shower, and I think we opened presents, and it was good and everything. And then I went and I let the dogs out, and I went outside, and that cold hit me. And the cold shocked me in a scary way, but it then brought back the fear of living on the street for the one night. So the cold not only triggered me about being cold, because it was 16 degrees most of Christmas morning here, it triggered the fear I had of sleeping on the street for one night. And I'm here to tell you, I still think I'm feeling small ebbs and flows of emotions that are connected to this mild trauma. I'm not trying to oversell what happened to me. I'm not trying to be like, I have serious trauma for spending one night on the street. But I'm not saying I don't have residue of mild trauma. I think it is mild PTSD. Mild. So, like, I've noticed myself getting irritated with my son. I didn't lash out or anything, but he was just doing something, and something I would never, ever, would have ever bothered me. And maybe I was just tired, but it was the day after. I'd gotten enough sleep, and I was like, oh, I wish you would stop doing that. And I'm like, whoa, bro, what's going on? And then, like, later on in the day, I had this huge, like, feeling of bliss. Like, I'm telling you, my emotions just felt more stretched out. And maybe it might have been Christmas, it might have been sleep, it might have been everything. But I'm telling you, I could feel the residue of that experience. And if I felt it for one night and nothing bad even actually happened to me, imagine what happens to you when you spend years on the street and you are repeatedly stolen from, repeatedly beaten, repeatedly chased down, and forced to leave your camp by the city. Imagine the trauma you're going to carry with you the rest of your life. Omi says, okay, so that's your experience. How do your wife, son, and mother feel with you out there? What were their worries? Okay, so I did not tell my mother-in-law. My mom has passed away. She would have been worried. I probably wouldn't have told her either, but I didn't tell my mother-in-law. They live downstairs, and they were like, hey, man, when did you come home last night? And I'm like, oh, it was pretty late. And they're like, yeah. And my father-in-law is like, I thought maybe furnace went out, because I got some rentals. And I'm like, no, I was just doing some homeless stuff. And I just kind of left it at that. And so they weren't worried. But my mother-in-law would have been very, very, very worried. Very worried. I think after I told her, I came down later in the day because I thought I needed to come open with it because I was on the front page of the Beacon Journal website on that day. And so I just showed her, I'm like, well, this is what I was really doing. And I could see the fear just welling up in her just then, after I had come home and I was safe. So, that was, that was bad. I don't know how my son felt. I don't know. I sort of think he's proud of me, but he hides his feelings. My wife is like all of us, a complicated character, right? But when my wife is strong, she is ridiculously strong. Like, ridiculously strong. The building that I bought at 15 Broad Street, it was during the last Great Recession, okay? We seem to just have great recessions now. There were only 2 people that told me to buy that building, my banker and my wife. Everybody else told me not to buy it. Everybody else told me not to buy it. But I'm like, well, my banker ran the credit check, and he's letting me buy a commercial building. And my wife told me to buy it, so I'm going to buy it, and I'm really glad I did. It's not the greatest investment, but it's sure fun to have a building. You can do fun things in a building you can't do in a house. But having said that, now I think I would probably just I think Akron's better for residential. And I don't know if I'm going to get involved in that. I don't know. Anyways, I have a building. I'm glad. It's like a little plaything for me. And, thank you, Robin. But so I don't know that my wife was worried about me at this point. Because she was like, she's all she loves it when I take the moral high ground. And she's like, this is the moral high ground. This is what I like you to do. Go do it. And I'm like, damn, woman. All right. She was stronger than me. I was like scared. She's like, you get out there. You go. Get there. Just don't come back until morning. Okay. A lot of great comments here. Okay, hold on. Brandy says that the trauma never leaves you. Yeah. I wonder if that's true. We'll see. I don't think Emery then also says that I should get therapy. It sounds like a combination of possible PTSD and secondary trauma. It's possible. I'll keep an eye on it. I do believe, actually, I was talking to a friend of mine, Lori Beal, who spent a night in our camp with her son in the middle of the winter, and she said that it changed her life. And I can feel that. Okay, Brenda asked, did I find the lens for my glasses? No, it's in the snow over there, but I had this extra pair, and they're not, I got to get a new prescription. I can hardly see anything anymore. Let's see. Omi says, I imagine people who have family that they love that's homeless, they have some trauma too. Yes. We all need to know about trauma. Trauma comes in many forms. You do not need to go to war to have trauma. You don't need to spend the night out on the street to have trauma. You can have trauma by a parent that yelled at you as a child. You can have trauma from losing your job. You can have trauma from your mom or dad dying. You can have trauma probably from overcooking a filet mignon. I don't know what you can. It doesn't matter. Trauma is trauma, and it doesn't matter how you got it. If you have it, you have it. Thank you, Robin. I will say this, Robin. I'm really, truly sorry I never slept with you guys at the camp, but it really was, and I'll just be honest with you, I was just afraid. Omi says, I picture of my brother were homeless. Okay. If I think she's saying, Omi's saying, if I pictured my brother were homeless, I'd worry about him, but I also know I couldn't have him live with me. Addiction and mental illness clashes with mental illness and plans for my children. Yes, you will feel bad by not allowing your homeless relatives to stay in your house, but I don't recommend it. They can live, if you want to take care of them, they can live in your garage, they can live in your shed. I'm here to tell you, with the proper gear, and the sleeping bag I used was a Coleman off of Amazon. It was a $50 sleeping bag. And then I got these just little foam mats. I bought 2 of them, $10 each at Walmart. And I slept on those. You gotta sleep on. You cannot sleep on the ground. The ground, the compression of your sleeping bag gets really thin, and the compression, the fluffiness, is what keeps you warm. So it gets really thin underneath you, and then the cold will, the warmth will suck out of you into the ground. That's why you need mats, and it's just more comfortable. You can live in a garage. Okay, you can. Okay. Emery says, yes, I talk to families a lot. They're constantly worried. Yeah, I had a mom that would call me asking me how her son was doing, because the son couldn't live in the house because he threatened to kill, like, the daughter. He had severe schizophrenia and he wouldn't take his meds. Let's see. Jane, true. Been there. We had to back off my mentally ill stepson because he wouldn't allow help, and he lived on the street. It was hard for us, especially being an advocate, but it caused the police to take him to get help. He's doing well now. Yeah. Do not feel bad about not allowing a drug addict or a severely mentally ill person to live in your house. They will take you all down. I'm telling you, the garage is fine if you even want to do that. Or a tent in the backyard, especially if you have like a fenced area, and then you have very specific times when they can come in and use the bathroom if you want. But even then, if that doesn't work, there's no reason why you have to. I mean, look, and I'm not even talking about the fact that, like, they have to take personal responsibility, and there is that, but I'm not talking about that. You know, when you're on the airplane and they tell you put your mask on first and then you help your kid, you know why? Because if you're passed out, you can't help your kid at all. If your kid is addicted and has serious mental illness, and they kill you in your house or steal all your stuff or start cooking meth in your house and they shut down your house or whatever, then you'll never be able to help your kid at all. Okay? Put your mask on first. Oh, Emery, this is good news, interesting news. Most common cause of PTSD is a car accident. That's really interesting. Okay. So Omi said, did you donate your supplies to a homeless person once you were finished? I have not, and I will say this is my personal camping gear, okay? I bought all of this on my own dime. I did not buy any of this with charity money. But I did think about giving it all away, and I might still give it all away, but I camp. So, and my shelter was just made out of pallets, and they can have the pallets. So I did not. If you guys think I should, let me know. Tony says, goodness sage, you're just following your journey has changed me. You brought to light the fear on the street. Good. Thank you for saying that, Tony. I am a true believer in storytelling. I believe we are a creature that loves stories. And so I'm trying to take you on a journey into the life of homelessness so that we can stop this incredible madness of allowing people to experience this fundamental torture and agony of living isolated and alone and condemned and judged, no less, on the streets of the richest country in the world, the richest country in the history of humanity. My belief is we need emergency sanctioned villages. Why? I'll tell you why. Because a human animal needs 3 levels of protection. First of all, we need some form of insulation. Okay, we need like coats and hats. A $50 0-degree sleeping bag from Coleman at Amazon would go a long way. And obviously a mat. You have to have a mat to sleep on. You cannot sleep on the bare ground, okay? You need that. Then you need a shelter of some sort over you that protects you from the wind and the rain and the snow, because your sleeping bag will not protect you from that, okay? It also protects some of your gear. If you leave your stuff outside, it's going to be always wet. You'll never be able to get it dried off. You need some sort of space to keep your supplies in and you in to keep you dry and out of the wind. The wind will kill you. And then thirdly, you need a community. We are a community-based animal. When you're sitting alone on a street corner, you are completely vulnerable. Anything can kill you. A badger can kill you, okay? A badger could have run right up against me, grabbed me by the jugular arm, meow, 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 dead. Dead. A human being, apex predator, the number one predator on planet Earth, could have easily been killed by a mean badger. Yeah, badgers. And an angry squirrel could have done some serious damage. And forget about the raccoons. The raccoons will inherit the earth, I now predict. They will be the next animal to start talking. Terrifying animals, raccoons, and with their cute little faces and that's part of their plan. Looking all cute. Don't trust a raccoon. They're coming for you. I'm telling you. They're already in your basement, your garbage, and your sewers. They're just biding their time. You need the protection of community. Okay? That's how we roll. We need those 3 levels: insulation, shelter, community. We must have sanctioned villages as emergency shelter. The torture we are subjecting American citizens to on the streets of America is abhorrent and tragic and disgusting and deplorable. I can't even come up with a word to describe how absolutely horrid and horrific homelessness in America is. It goes against every fundamental core need of a human being. And when your core needs are stolen from you by the very society that is supposed to got your back, that's where you find trauma at its most deep, insidious, dark level. When the government starts taking your stuff and condemning you and sweeping your camp, the trauma is profoundly, existentially deep. We got to stop it. All right. Were you speaking about the quality of it? It made me wonder how many homeless people have quality gear. Yeah. So, okay. There's a lot of people that give out gear, but I think that a $50 sleeping bag is well within the realm of finding it for homeless people. Okay. Yeah. Emery says, I think if you're going to use it, keep it. You don't have to give everything away. Yeah, I'd like to keep my gear because I camp. Emery says, we were talking about your tent city at work last night. Many of my people would love to stay in a setting like that. Yes. It brings back their dignity. It brings back their humanity. A shelter, a homeless shelter, okay? I'm glad we have them. I'm not saying we shouldn't have them. They do some serious heavy lifting in our communities. But they oftentimes steal your humanity. When you walk into our tent village, you get a day or two to acclimate and get your stuff set up, and then you're handed a broom. And then you're like, we need you to sweep up this disgusting floor. You become important. And then within a week, you're helping the next homeless guy. You were at the bottom of the rung, and within a week, you're now helping other homeless people who think you've been here forever. It creates humanity. Let's see. Joyce, hi. Okay. Let's see what Jane says. Jane says, I got into an argument with a missionary in India because I pointed out, at least in India, that people build huts. Yeah. In India, they accept their poor people. We do not. We're embarrassed to have poor people in America, and that's why we hide them. That's why we hide them. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has flown like a bird in the wind. But I must go and eat something, and so should you. We haven't eaten for an hour and a half. Well, at least I haven't. I'm famished. People, I love you. You make my life so much more whole and beautiful. The people, the human beings of humanity are absolutely incredible. I don't have a lot good to say about our organizations. As soon as we clump up, we get all real tribal and selfish and really terrible, mostly all the time. But when we're individuals, man, we're beautiful. We're beautiful. All right, people. Thank you, Jane. I love you too. You're wonderful. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Emery. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'll see you next week.